Welcome, friends. Today, we are being haunted by ghosts. But also, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 9th of April, 2023. Hallelujah. It is indeed Easter Sunday. I hope all of you are eating chocolate eggs and doing whatever you feel necessary to do today, or not. Personally, I've been to the doctor's because I'm feeling a little under the weather. Well, more than a little under the weather. I'm feeling sufficiently under the weather to warrant a visit to the doctor, who told us there was nothing fucking wrong with us and to go home and do the fucking fragrance rotation video because people will get worried. And so here I am. Looking back on this week's selections, it's been a much more decidedly spring selection. The ghosts are not happy with my selection by the sounds of it. But they will just have to fucking get over it, I'm afraid. So we shall start at the beginning. And the beginning was Monday, and on Monday I wore Music for a While. I find that seems to have placated the gut. I spoke too soon. I prefer this to Aventus, especially for a pineapple note. I think the pineapple in here is superior in every way. It's more realistic, it's stronger, it's rounder, it's deeper, it's better. I like the lavender. It's exactly the same lavender that's used in Beau de Jour by Tom Ford, which can't be a bad thing because that's a tremendous lavender. And I do believe that they were taken from the same palette. The lavender note, that is, not necessarily anything else about the fragrances. A healthy dose of ethyl maltol, giving it that caramel kind of sweetness. And it's an unusual blend. It's not on the shelves at Frederick Mall like concessions anymore. It's been misplaced. It's been displaced by what's it called? Uncut Gem. Fucking rotter that it is. This is a far superior fragrance, and I like it more. I like it more every time I wear it. It might be a little bit cloying for the highest of high heat, but it's definitely a spring and summer fragrance to me. It's happy, it's juicy, it's fruity, and I wasn't too keen on it when I first smelled it. I thought it was a bit weird, but now I quite like its weirdness, you know? So that was what I wore on Monday. On Tuesday I wore a rare and vintage beast. And this is By Man Dolce & Gabbana. I think it's just called By. I don't think it's actually called By Man. I think it's just called By. A very distinctive bottle, which I quite like. It's vanillic, it's warm, it's smooth, it's creamy, it's... Somebody compared it to Jaipur Pour Homme, but I think this is fucking much better than that. I wasn't a big fan of Jaipur Pour Homme. This has got some, like, I think it's got sandalwood, vanilla. Let's have a look. There we are. I think it's got lavender in it. Nutmeg, lavender. So I don't really get the nutmeg, but I get the lavender, I get the sandalwood, the tobacco. It does have overtones of Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. You know, with the tobacco and the lavender sort of thing. So there's like a theme there. I have not made my mind up on this fragrance. I know this will tickle a few people or give them feelings in places that they didn't know they had, but I'm not sure I want to keep this. It is a rare, discontinued and hard to find fragrance, but I don't know. Not that kind of bothered by it, to be honest with you. I find it kind of bland. It's certainly not worth what it goes for online. I think that this is a tester, but it's got about, what, 15, 20 mil missing maybe. Fragrance is in perfect condition, like, but I don't know, Dolce & Gabbana Man by. It's a very strange setup, you know. I like the bottle though. I do like the bottle. The whole tin can thing was going on in the middle of the 90s, and I think this was their effort to capitalise on that. Okay, from one fragrance you haven't seen on this channel for a long while to a fragrance that you probably should see more on this channel than it has been utilised recently, and I intend to utilise it more. This is Francesco Smalto Pour Homme. To me, this is an absolutely incredible fragrance. I love this. This is one of my favourite fragrances. It is, again, lavender. It's lavender, oak moss, smoky leather, rosemary, oak moss, carnation. It's got this weird anise note at the top, which is very unusual. Like this, it's like a spice, but a weird spice. You know, like a sweet spice, like a twang. You know. I love it though. It's absolutely fantastic. I've got this backed up beyond belief. I've got like 10, 30 ml bottles of it, which, considering I've only got about 30 ml of this left, 30 to 40 ml maybe. I'm glad, because look at the dent that's in it, man. That's not a dent. There's less fragrance than dent in that. I'm not sure. It's like the fragrance is putting a dent in the bottle rather than the bottle's putting a dent in the fragrance there. It performs all day. It's got that Italian sort of Italian style about it, you know. It smells like a black leather jacket, like an Italian black leather jacket. But next Thursday I wore something completely different, but this is the second wearing from this house in a week, and this is French Lover by Frederic Malle. Pierre Baudin's got his name on it, but apparently Jean-Claude Ellena made it. Jean-Claude Ellena couldn't put his name to it apparently because he just signed for Hermes and they weren't allowing it because they were going to make a big stink about him being their perfumer. But this is fantastic. I've grown to really, really appreciate this. I didn't used to, but I do now. I very much do now. Galbanum, Angelica Vetiver. It's a very green fragrance, you know. It's a very sort of a very green, creamy, cedary sort of fragrance. It's got this cedar, and I think it's from IFF, this cedar note, because I've got another fragrance called Impression Cedarwood Hot by Ostens, which has exactly the same cedar note in it, and it's also in Royal Oud. And it's fantastic. It really is a fantastic ingredient, and it smells absolutely awesome. 3 very different fragrances, but all based upon this cedar note. Lasted all day on me. This is a pretty recent kind of, I don't know how old you are at all. I don't think these have, oh yes it does, AC9. I don't know how old that is, but it's recent anyway. It's an Estee Lauder version. Really good performance. Anyway, Friday I wore Pavarotti. It needs no introduction to the channel. Again, it's another Rich Mitch classic. Sweet, fresh, deep, rich, aromatic, beautiful. I could smell this on my t-shirt the next day when I was wearing the next day's fragrance. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. There's not much more I can say there's not much more I can say about this that I haven't already said. I should really review it. But what a fragrance it is. An absolutely stunning fragrance it is. I love it. I say the bottle's amazing. You can see the size of the dent I've put in it. I mean, I'm kicking on for about 25ml, 30ml left in there. It's a 125ml bottle. Fortunately, I have many backups and I never want to run out of it. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we move on to yesterday's fragrance, Saturday, and this is one I'm sure I've worn before while making these videos, but it's been a while, and this is my old bottle of Homme de Grey. I actually have a few of these, and thank God, because it's amazing. This was made by Gerard Anthony, one of my favourite perfumers, in 1996, 6 years after Balenciaga Pour Homme. This is, say it quietly now, lemon, bergamot, lemon, big lemon, basil, bergamot, like this kind of creamy, this creamy mid, which I thought was lavender, but it isn't lavender. It's labdanum, because this is a chypre for men, and it's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous, this. Massive oak moss note in the base. This was in 1996, so it was released after the first huge cleaving regulations came in prohibiting oak moss, so it showed it could still be done. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, my throat is dry. That's tremendous hydration, I must say. The lemon note in this is exquisite. It is fantastic. It just shows it can be done. But I don't like the kind of citric, caustic, kind of like alkaline, like acidic lemon kind of vibes that it gives. I can't remember which one lemon is, whether it's fucking acidic or alkali, but it feels like it's burning, you know. You can pop balloons with lemon juice, you know. Did you know that? I found this out the other day. If you squeeze a lemon onto an inflated balloon, it'll pop, because the limonene in it fucking erodes the rubber. It just goes to show you how evil lemons are, bursting balloons all over the place. But yes, this is a tremendous evocation of Mediterranean summer, Italian style, a classic chypre for men. Absolutely amazing. Well, that'll be getting some wears during the spring and summer, I can tell you. That is not the last you've seen of that. And speaking of multiple wears, today we finish on a classic, because as you can hear, the ghosts are irate outside because it's cold and they want to be in my house where it is warm, but they can't come in. And because of the weather, I am wearing myself Prada Amber Pour Homme. This is my made in Spain bottle. This is the bottle you want. You do not want the made in France ones, because they were made by fucking L'Oreal, who destroy everything they touch. Fucking not a great house to be getting involved with if you are involved with perfume. I've reviewed this, so if you want to know what I really think about this, I would go and watch it. But suffice to say, I absolutely love this shit. Look at the dent I have put in this. This is, I believe this is discontinued now. That's another crime that we can level at fucking L'Oreal. Discontinuing the classics. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's an amber fougere, and I've been enjoying these amber fougères recently. It is warm, it's fresh, it's clean. I wore this when I went to the doctor's today. It's that kind of fragrance, you know. Saffron gives it this kind of like fresh, spicy twang which saffron isn't particularly known for, but oh, it's awesome. There is a baby crying outside. Clearly doesn't like the ghosts. Wants to exorcise them. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been my fragrance rotation on Easter Sunday 2023. I will see you all again soon. Bye.